Hello everyone, this is Daughter Darkness, and today I'm going to be talking about something that I've kind of wanted to talk about for a little while now, because it's been something that I've seen everywhere, and that is this idea that the international version of Kingdom Hearts Unchained Key, that is the version that released in North America in April this year and released in over 100 other countries in June of this year, and whether that version is treated unfairly compared to its Japanese counterpart. Now, as a disclaimer, a lot of people get really angry and really passionate about this, about how angry Square make them, that they're milking them dry with this game, whereas Japanese players are getting things thrown at them constantly. But that is not the purpose of this video. I'm just here to have a general kind of discussion, and it's completely calm, and I'm not here to bash Square or anything like that. I just want to talk about it. So why do people think that the games are treated unfairly? Well, I don't know from personal experience because I've never actually played the Japanese version, but I know from a lot of other people who have that it is much easier to become a lot stronger. Specifically, you can get much more powerful medals without spending a penny than you can in the international version. You know, I see some friends who've spent nothing and they've only been playing for a couple of weeks and they've got like gilted premium medals, which is something you could only dream of in the international version. It's very difficult to get a gilted premium medal in the international version of Unchained Key without pumping in loads of money. And at the same time, it's a lot easier to get jewels, and the draws are supposed to be a lot more generous in terms of giving you more powerful medals. The daily login bonus of the Japanese version is twice as much. I believe they get 1,200 medals a week rather than 600 as we get. And the jewel quests is another thing, that they have them permanently, although in effect the daily jewel quests have pretty much been made permanent over the past month or so. For about 6 weeks in a row, we've had varying versions of different challenge events that all give you the same amount of jewels every week. So they've basically been made permanent on the sly. So that's not really something that's too much of a problem. On the flip side, I don't agree with some people who take this to the extreme and act like the game is unplayable without spending loads of money. Specifically, I don't think that it is impossible for you to do stuff like get through all the story missions easily and whatever without spending money. For me, I am not a completely free-to-play player. I have bought one weekly deal, although in the grand scheme of things that doesn't really give me any advantage over anyone else, since it just meant I could do one more pull and get my medals sort of leveled up that day rather than over the next week. I'm effectively a free-to-play player, and I've been able to do every single story mission so far without continuing, and I've got all objectives for every story mission apart from the fight against Master Ava. You certainly have to put a lot more work in to get powerful, but it is definitely possible to get where you need to go without spending money. It's just a lot more difficult. Now, what's more important than what's going on is why Square are doing it, because the way that people talk about it is part of this whole trend that people seem to think happens, even though I don't think there's really any evidence of it, of Square giving Japan the good stuff. I think people take these things too personally. Square are a business. They aren't interested in whether you're Japanese or American or European or whatever. They just want to make money from you. In the past, yes, there were things that only went to Japan and not to the West. But again, this isn't just because they're being nicer to Japan. They just didn't think there was a market for them in the West. Otherwise, they would have released them. I mean, the final mixes and such, which have eventually been released. There isn't any real evidence of Japan being favoured, certainly anymore. Getting games a couple of weeks earlier is probably more down to shipping and legal stuff that takes a little bit more time to release a game internationally than it does domestically. And there was the whole premium theatre thing last year, where a bunch of Japanese people that went to the premium theatre event were able to see the new Kingdom Hearts 2.8 and 3 trailer about a month and a half before everyone else. again, that's not Japan getting the good stuff. That was 400 people in Japan seeing the trailer a couple of weeks earlier. So I just think people take this too personally. Square aren't, in this case, giving the Japanese players more stuff just because they like them more. Their only motivation is to make money in terms of the way that these games generate money. Presumably, people in the Japanese game weren't spending money, so they decided to give more stuff away for free to maintain interest in the game so that those that did want to spend money would. In the international version, however, I've seen loads of people that are pumping in hundreds and hundreds every week. So why on earth would Square want to change something that's making them so much money? The only way to really change this is just to not spend money on the game. And I'm not attacking the people who do spend hundreds. If that's what you want to do with your money, then do it. But at the end of the day, the game will be fairer, like the Japanese version, if people stop spending money in it. Because while it's making money, Square are going to keep it as it is. So yeah, that's basically my point. Yes, the Japanese version does seem unfairly generous compared to its international counterpart, but they aren't really designed to be compared. They're two completely separate versions of the game that have been released in different regions around a different business model in order to maximize profits. Things aren't just being there because they like the Japanese players more, so stop taking these things too personally. And yeah, as I say, the only way that change is really going to be made is if people stop spending money on it. So that's just my thoughts. If you have any opinions or whatever about the situation regarding Unchained Key and whether it's fair or unfair, then please tell me in the comment section below the video. And while you're down there, please like this video if you did, and if you liked it, then check out my other videos and subscribe to this channel. And as always, thank you for watching.